Hello everybody, Ras here. Today we're going to go into the third part of my trading setups. Okay, and today we are going to learn about engulfing setups. Okay, how do we want to take engulfing setups? Okay, you already know about inside bar. Okay, but engulfing setup, it can be a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing. I've seen a lot of people outside about I really do not know how they all see engulfing. Okay, engulfing, I mean there is a definition towards how to see an engulfing. Okay, there are some people out there who share about engulfing, in which the end of the candle, the high and the low of the candle does not even exceed the previous candle, and they call it engulfing. So I don't quite agree with that. So today I'm going to share with you about engulfing setups and how to take it, and it's a price action signal for engulfing setup, and how you want to approach when you see an engulfing setup. Okay, so let's begin. So like inside bar okay, like inside bar, engulfing is another price action signal. Okay, engulfing is also a price action signal, and certain things that is the same application that I share with you about inside bar, right? It's all about the time frames. Okay, it's all about time frame as well. So the higher time frames, the better results you will get, and the better reliability you will get in terms of the engulfing. But there is a process towards it. Okay, so how we trade engulfing, right, is that first of all, the one that is involved when you trade engulfing, right, you need to know the most important of all is the trend first. Same like inside bar. Okay, you need to know what is the trend before it, what is the trend previously, and then when the engulfing happens, okay, when the engulfing happens, after you identify the trend, only then you will take that as a entry trigger for you to make your trade calls, whether to buy or to sell. Alright, so give you one example. Okay, the kind of setup that you want to take in the engulfing is that, for instance, if a trend is going this way, okay, assuming this is a downtrend, right, making lower high, lower lows and all that, and then suddenly price in this case, okay, and then if there is an engulfing that is formed around here, okay, how the engulfing, like for instance, let's say there's a candle here, okay, it's a candle here. Yeah, I forgot to let you guys know what is engulfing. Okay, engulfing is a two candle. Okay, it's a two candle formation. Okay, in which the second candle, high and low, completely devour the first candle. For instance, in this case, regardless of whatever candle, whatever color of the candle, whether it's bullish or bearish, right, if the second candle completely devour the first candle, okay, completely devour the first candle, and then close above, if price close above, in this case price close, assuming, right, you don't care what the color, let's say this one is the bullish now. So if price managed to close above this previous candle high, and previous candle close is the previous candle high, and this is the previous candle close, price managed to close above that previous candle high and the previous candle close, this is the bullish engulfing. Okay, and then for bearish engulfing, it's the same concept, it's the same thing. I'm not going to do it here. Okay, it's the same thing as bullish, but the thing is the close is above the previous candle low and the previous candle open, close, sorry. Okay, that this is the previous candle. If this is the previous candle open, and then the next candle right close below this previous candle low and the open, that means it's a bearish engulfing. That we'll see on the charts. But knowing this pattern, right, is not enough if you do not understand the trend, because there will be instances, right, where you cannot take an engulfing when the trend is already ending soon. Let me give you an example. Like for instance, in this case, right, price go down, price go down, price go down. The price is in a downtrend. Remember, inside bar and engulfing both are reversal, price action reversal signals. Okay, or it can also be a continuation. Okay, same. So for instance, now this one price is in a downtrend, right? Okay, price is in a downtrend, and then as price in a downtrend, everybody just keep on selling, nobody's buying. And then if price is in a downtrend, okay, that means you got bearish candle coming in, bearish candle, and then suddenly there is one bullish engulfing. This is a good high probability signal that price might reverse. Okay, that price might reverse. Whether it reverse high, I don't know, but usually price might reverse high and then come down for a retest, and then we should see a new continuation, a reversal from a downtrend to an uptrend. Most of the, I mean, that is how I would like to approach and take engulfing signals. Okay, let's say if you see a bullish engulfing, but when the trend is up, okay, this is when the trend is down, you take a bullish engulfing, that is a very good, it's a high probability signal. But if you see you see that price is going up, in this case price high here, right? Alright. And then you see an engulfing signal here, and the previous trend is on the upside. You might not want to take this kind of engulfing. Okay, you might not want to take this kind of engulfing, because this kind of engulfing, the trend previously is up, so it's more onto market trying to gain liquidity, making a higher high and then a move down. Okay, so engulfing, bullish engulfing after an uptrend, right, is usually a no-no. Okay, and vice versa. For price is in a downtrend and then you see a bearish engulfing, it's usually a no. Okay, there is a process towards it. Okay, so we are going to go to the charts, and then I will let you know about the examples of engulfing, and then how we can approach and take it. Okay, so now this is the Euro NZD. Okay, if you look at Euro NZD here, you want an example from the previous charts. Okay, look at this. Okay, Euro NZD, this Euro NZD on the daily. Okay, this zone is where I mark on the weekly at this point of time to signify a base. Okay, to signify a base, it's a very base drop. Okay, but that one is when we supply and demand that we will learn. Today is all about engulfing. Okay, finding engulfing. We are just rub it off so that you all can see easier. Okay, so for instance, you see this pair, right? Pair is on a downtrend. Okay, let's say we take an example from here. I'm going to take this replay button. Okay, and then we sort it. Okay, if you look from here, right? Okay, so that's why you have when you back test, right, and then you can make a process out of it to see how price went. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Where's my arrow? Yeah, okay, price is in a downtrend, right? Because price is making lower high, lower lows. Okay, lower high, lower lows, and all that. Okay, price is in a downtrend, lower high, lower lows, lower high, lower lows. The price, notice that price go down here. Inside bar fakey, price goes up, never escape the mother bar, but price still goes down here. Okay, and then after price goes down, and then you can see this is the bullish engulfing. Okay, so in this case, if you see that the second candle, right, it in this case the price does not close above the previous candle high and the low. Okay, but it's still an engulfing candle because the high and the low cover the previous candle. So it can either be the bullish engulfing that have the close above the previous candle, right, is a very good high probability, but this is still a bullish engulfing. okay, it's still a bullish engulfing because the high and the low is higher than the previous candle. So this is what is just telling us is that the sellers push the market down initially until low to this point past the previous low, but then the buyers came back and pushed the prices higher and does not manage to close above the previous candle, but there is buyers presence. So this kind of bullish engulfing we want to take because price already went down. Okay, so what we can do, what you can do is that you can mark a zone and then look for the lower time frames to see a price action signal so that you can enter this market to go long. Okay, and then your stop loss will be below the previous candle, I mean the bullish engulfing low. Your stop loss will be at 1.76028. So you have to go into the lower time frames in order to take the buy in this case. So for instance, in this case, right, should price came down around here, we can probably take a buy. Price came around here in this demand here, retest. Should price retest here lah. Okay, should price retest here, we can take a buy tentatively, or we can also wait for price to break past this previous, and then we can see a certain, like for instance right now there is buyers presence, okay, but there is no set up to go long yet. In this case, you know that daily close is engulfing. Alright, so let's see how it plays out. Okay, no price above now. Okay, so you see, for instance right now in this case, right, how we can approach this is that if price manage to close above this previous resistance, right, you can put this buy stop around here as well, and then your stop loss below here. So let's see now what happens after that. And then see, after the bullish engulfing, you see the price goes up and you can hit your take profit around this level at 1.81. See whether the price hit there. Okay, so your take profit level already hit in this case. Alright, but how you want to enter, as I say, you have to backtest and then decide on your own process about how to enter. What I want to say is that for a bullish engulfing, right, after a downtrend, then you take, it's usually, well, it's a good signal that price want to go up. Okay, but whether this reverse to go higher is another thing. Alright, it's another thing altogether, because engulfing signals doesn't mean that price just go straight away, because this could be a liquidity grab to go lower, because initially price is still downtrend in this case. Alright, so in this case, as you can see that if you did not take your profit here, right, your profit will all go away in this case. Alright, so now where do price eventually go? See, price still go down because of the downtrend, but this engulfing, right, we can take a counter trend in this case. Right, so for engulfing, right, the thing that we know about engulfing, after a downtrend, it will go up, but that doesn't mean that it will go up straight away. I mean, engulfing, as I say, is not as powerful as inside bar. Okay, it's not as powerful as inside bar. Inside bar will give a better directional flow to the market, in my view. Okay, like for instance, you see here there is engulfing here, price hovers around here before going up here, and then it came back to this engulfing. So it's still, you still have to know the trend, okay, before you take engulfing set up. Okay, so now if you look at, as we are now, well, the market is for the past week has been choppy, I would say. Last week, the recent week, it was not really a good condition, but life goes on. Okay, I'm going to show you about this Euro NZD. Okay, if you look at this Euro NZD close right now, as I say on that day, is that the directional flow of the inside bar breakout tells us that price may want to go down. Okay, price may want to go down. Okay, like if you see in this case, right, there's an inside bar here, inside bar fakey, price goes down, inside bar breakout, price retest, and now if you look at this, right, price goes up at this retest, and after this retest there's a weak bar momentum, and an engulfing has just came out, and this engulfing is good because price already went up, and technically price still, I mean, we have a bit of confluence that price might continue lower, maybe around here or maybe around here. Okay, there is that small possibility. So the thing is, what we want to do, what I will do in this case, right, I will take this engulfing setup, but not at this moment, of course, and not after the market open next week. What I want to see right now, that I want to identify what is the trend first. Okay, so in this case right now it's a bit exhausted in terms of the uptrend, so price should, my target area is around to come back to this demand. Okay, but I do not want to take a sell here after price goes down, but I know that I identify that this is a engulfing signal telling us that the sellers are very strong in this case. What I want to do, and what I will do, is that usually I will find the base first. So in this case we see that price go up, make a base before the buyers try to push up but fail, the sellers push the prices down. So in this case, right, this is the area where the sellers are strong. Okay, so I will put a zone here first. Okay, price came out of the base, so already base drop in this case. Okay, and then so in this, what I would want to do is that I will wait for price to come up here first, and then to see if there's a weak buy momentum. There's a weak buy momentum that is forming around here, or if there's a good price action signal around here. Usually I like to enter when price goes up and then show me shrinking momentum of the buy, then I will enter the sell, and then the stop loss will be above this here, above this level, should that happens for next week. Okay, so for Euro and ZD, I'm looking for a sell, and take profit level will be at 1.68. Okay, so that is engulfing setup. Okay, the one I want to share you about engulfing setup that we should not take is when price is on an uptrend and then an engulfing came. We do not want to take that. Okay, let me give you an example. There is an example that I can see for you. I think the recent one would be on CHF yen, if I'm not wrong. Let me show you CHF yen. Okay, this is CHF yen. Yeah. You look for CHF here in this case, right? This one is price moving sideways. Okay, see, price went up, price is on uptrend, and then this down move, and then this is the engulfing, right? So normally I don't like to take this kind of engulfing after this up move, because usually, as I said just now, this engulfing is usually a liquidity grab. And in the end, the next thing when we look for buy, this is not even a location for us to look for a buy. Our buy is supposed to be here, which is on the demand. So in this case, this engulfing does not work. And look at this engulfing here. This is also an engulfing, bearish engulfing, right? And the bearish engulfing came after price goes up, and you can see the subsequent candle price did go down, right? Price did go down, in which your take profit level should be around here, and that should be a good trade for you. But you but beyond, you cannot hold your trades too long, okay? Because the trend will keep on changing here and there and will move and fluctuate. But knowing that what does engulfing do to your trading, will help you a lot in this case. Okay, so let's see where the market is. So if you look from here, right, in this case, right, what is the price doing right now? That is an example from the candles. I could not read anything, to tell you the truth. Okay, I could not read anything, but what I'm can foresee that what may probably happen for now, I think the best way is still to wait for price to came back to the supply zone, because in reality, right, there's no inside bar, there's no engulfing, there's nothing that I can see in terms of price action here or CHF here, nothing that I can see. Okay, the only thing that I can see that price did came out in this case, right, from supply and demand perspective, right, we knew that price have rallied here, and we knew that price is making a base here, and we knew that price have make a drop here. So in this case, we have a rally base drop right now. So for me, that based on this, right, I mean, if we should expect market to rally again, make a base right at the supply zone again in this case, and then looking for another drop of a continuation. Then you can see that in actual sense it's one line, right? In one line, in this case, price go there, came back, retest, go up, make a base, and then goes down towards the next demand. That would be my ideal scenario there. Okay, there's a lot of engulfing forming up, even Aussie USD when I see the close today. Okay, and if you look from here, right, for Aussie USD, so next week I'm looking Aussie USD for a buy, probably until here first before we can see what happens to this market. Okay. Yes, price is in a downtrend, yes, of course, but then as you see, price went down and down, price goes up, price go down, and then there's a bullish engulfing here, form at demand. So it's very, to me, it's a strong and a double bottom. So to me, it's quite a strong signal that price want to go up. Okay, it's a price, it's a long, that is what I see. Okay, I see and I like to take this style engulfing signal after price go down, and then this is because a lot this just kill whatever whoever sell at demand here, and it's a double bottom. So Aussie USD is a good buy for me. So if should price came back for a good retest around here, okay, we want to take a long, and then of course price doesn't immediately go to straight line, it might just hover around here before going up. So for Aussie USD is to go long based on the engulfing setup that we see. A lot of, I mean, the good part is that when I see about this candle, I mean the end of this candle, that's why I said the engulfing setup. Okay, the engulfing setup is good. So in this case, for instance, right, in terms of supply and demand, what I see is that, yeah, I mean, we can be hovering between these two zones, but what we can see is that there's a drop already happened, right? Okay, and after the drop, this is a base. Okay, drop, base, rally, and then in this case drop, now price making a base, and most probably it should rally towards the top side. So in this case, demand is strong, so Aussie USD be looking for a sell, sorry, for buy. Aussie USD a good buy. Euro USD not yet, but I'm not going to take anything from Euro USD. Pound yen, okay, as I say, pound yen, I think most yen pair is very, as I say, it's a bit not clean, not the cleanest of charts, I would say, for yen pairs, especially pound yen as well. Okay, we look from here, what do we know, what are the information that we know? We know that there is a drop. Okay, we know that there is a drop. Before this drop, what is the market doing? Base. Before this base, what is the market doing? Rally. Rally. Before this rally, what's the market doing? Base. Before this base, what's the market doing? Rally. Okay. Oh, this is now my brother's story. Before this rally, what's the market doing? Base. For this base, what's the market doing? Rally. Okay, so we can see a rally, base, rally, base, rally, base, drop, base, rally, base, drop. So rally, base, drop is what the market is doing previously. So we're looking for another rally base drop could probably happen. Okay, should price goes up, if there's a good price action signal, I may probably want to look for a sell, just like CHF here. Okay, and the target will be at this demand here. Okay, because there's weak sell momentum as well. Okay, but if price don't go up, price continue to go down, we don't want to sell from here because there's a demand here, and then we can probably ding dong between these two areas. So I think most yens are performing are doing this kind of thing. Okay, drop base rally, drop base rally, base drop. Okay, base here. Okay, this in this case, what is this? This is a base. For this base, what is price doing? Rally. So rally, base drop. Okay, supply zone. Okay, and then after this drop, market make a base and then rally, and then price is still making a base here because there is no significant drop past this previous low. So in this case, price should rally. Okay, but you want to take counter trend, right? You take a buy, right? It can probably happen because there's no really strong sell momentum here. Let me see here. No, sorry, cannot. The reason why I would not encourage a buy, right, actually because of the weak buy momentum. Sorry, I would not like to buy from this position. Okay, our buy should be from here, not here. So in this case, I'm not doing anything. So what can probably happen is that price may just came down here and retest here, and then goes up here again to go lower. That's my initial thoughts. Pound USD, the same, engulfing. So actually a lot of USD pairs, right, are showing engulfing signals, so it's good for me, good for us to look for a buy back to the supply zone. Okay, if you can get a good price action signal around here, right, we want to look for, we want to be buyers. I want to be buyers to go up there. Whether it break that supply zone is another story altogether, because as I see, price is still moving towards the downside. It's just that there's overwhelming buyers right now. Okay, it's overwhelming buyers right now. So for most USD pair, I will be looking to go long. Okay, most USD pair looking to go long. Bitcoin is still hovering inside the mother bar. I'm not interested. USD CAD, oh, the best. So I'm looking to go short. Okay, double top, engulfing after a push. Okay, double top, engulfing, price push up, sellers came in, rally base drop. Let's put around here. Okay, this will do because this is the rally base and then the drop here. Price can go down. Okay, price already go down. Let's wait for a retrace. Okay, price can go for a good retrace around here. Stop loss is above here. Price to go lower into the next demand, which is around here. Okay, so we are waiting for a retest. Should price retrace, that will be the next setup for USD CAD. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to leave you guys, and then let me know, and then that concludes the lesson for engulfing signal, and then still continue to see there's an engulfing here. Look at that, it's an engulfing here after a push, right? After a push, engulfing, and look what happened after that. The market just go up in sub bar and then break out. See, so engulfing up. So you know when to apply the engulfing. Okay, know when to apply the engulfing. After push down engulfing comes usually a good price action probability signal. Okay, in this case, after price goes up and the bearish engulfing come and the double top come, the confluence for you to sell is very high. So you can take this you can take this into consideration for your trading setup. Alright, cheers.